So, you have a concept for a character, but you don't know where to take it. You thought you had everything worked out, but the moment you brought your pen to paper, you realized that something felt off. It could be the color palette or the silhouette that's dragging you down, or it could be the amount of detail you've decided to give your character, or lack thereof if we're going to be technical or whatever. Details, however subtle, make or break characters. They're the stuff that brings everything full circle, working together to send signals to the human brain to create assumptions and understanding about the environment around them. AKA, details make your world good. Or bad, if you fuck them up. So, how much detail should you give your characters? Well, luckily for you...
Holy shit, he said the title of the video!
Can you
I
not?
wonder if he's gonna pull out like a fucking diagram or something.
How did you get in here?
You know, that would be really cool for like visual learning, you know, something like a
Luckily for you all, I simplified the concept into a diagram. Specifically a spectrum line or whatever the fuck this is. There's two parts to this. The amount of realism in the environment and the amount of detail. As you can see, the further along you get into fantasy, the more detail one would expect to see. In fact, for all you fucking nerds out there, I made a mathematical graph. Clearly shown on your screen at this moment is a linear equation with a slope of 1. Okay, before you start commenting, no. I'm not telling you that there's an actual equation. Yes, everyone has different ways of going about their art, and that's okay, yada yada yada. Look, I'm not here to yuck your yum, and I'm not here to tell you that your art sucks. I'm simply giving some optional subjective advice, with some real-world examples, because apparently, saying things alone isn't enough to entirely convince people to agree with me, even though I'm always right. First example is going to be in the animated category. Let's compare two characters from two different styles of fantasy. Childe from Genshin Impact, and Phineas from Phineas and Ferb. Look, I know one of these is a gacha game and the other is a kids' TV show, but give me some fucking mileage here, please! Both of these characters are redheads, smart, I think, and generally fan favorites. But Childe exists in a very fantastical setting, and Phineas exists in Virginia, which we're gonna pretend is real for the sake of the video. As you can see, Childe is stock full of details up the ass. I'm not even entirely sure where to look, but somehow my eyes don't completely hurt yet. Meanwhile, Phineas is rocking the polo shirt and shorts, and some shoes, and that's literally it. But it works with this world because it's realistic. Next example. You didn't think I'd just do one, would you? This time, I'm pulling from television, which is a different medium, but it is still an art form that uses characters. So, boom! Take this guy from Game of Thrones, which I've actually never seen. Even without knowledge of the show, you can tell that this story takes place in a fantastical, non-realistic setting. I mean, look at all the stuff on this guy. Now, let's compare him to, let's say, the very iconic and definitely well-loved Sheldon Cooper from The Big Bang Theory. Despite his many outfits and wacky scenarios he gets into, our buddy here is always just rocking like a shirt and pants again. Because that is the pitiful peak extent of male fashion in modern Western society, which this show takes place in. Yeah, there is proof that my spectrum works, so use it. Or don't, I don't actually care that much. Oh, also, I've decided to give any viewers that made it this far a little reward as a treat for having a wonderful attention span. Wouldn't it be funny if I drew Tartaglia from Genshin Impact as if he were designed for Phineas and Ferb? No? Well, that's too bad, because I did it. Boom! Look at this fucking freak. I hate him. Anyways, yeah, that's my advice on how much detail you should give your characters. If you like how I make my characters, I'd recommend checking out my webcomic, Sword of Arcadia. It's got, like, at least 2 of them, which is pretty impressive if I say so myself. Anyways, yeah, peace out.
You came in through the window.